most talented actors and musicians of our time. His band 30 Seconds to Mars has a new album coming out tomorrow. Please welcome Oscar Award winner Jared Leto.
Nice to see you.
There's a lot to take in here. There's a lot to look at.
I got stuck doing a, I don't know what that's called, but
super
just
cool.
It's a welcome line.
It's a welcome line.
A row of high fives.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never know what to do with drawstrings on sweatpants. Should you not or do?
I don't know, but hanging them like this is probably not a good idea. I should just tuck them away.
Yeah.
I mean, I turned around and I go, that looks like a challenge.
You know, it's a lot of string.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
a lot
of string, and we'll tuck that away.
And I like your skeleton fingers.
Thank
Very
you
cool.
so much.
Very,
I appreciate
very cool.
it.
So you've been traveling a lot.
Yes.
So, I mean, this 30 Seconds to Mars is really, I think you started out like as a smaller band, but now you are playing huge arenas.
Yes.
Did you get terrified?
No, I feel really comfortable on stage. I wouldn't, if you had asked me that 20 years ago, I would have thought absolutely not. I wouldn't feel comfortable up there, but our shows are really special. They're full of energy. They're really fun.
People are up on stage, by the way, with these guys when they're performing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's interactive, and there's a lot of energy.
And you're with your brother up there, so
Yeah.
that's got to feel amazing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to share it with him. We've been doing this since we were kids, and my brother plays the drums. He actually started the band, really, and I followed in his footsteps. But I look at him almost every night and have this just exchange with him, basically like, we can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so incredible. We're so grateful, and the shows are bigger and better than they've ever been in our entire lives.
You know, he's a thrill seeker.
I know.
He's a thrill seeker. This Jared Leto is a thrill seeker. We have a photo of you climbing the world's tallest mountain. I don't know where that is, but this is Mission Impossible stuff. Where is that?
This is on the east buttress of El Cap in Yosemite.
Wow.
Has anybody ever been to Yosemite here before?
Yeah.
On the ground.
On the ground.
Yeah.
It looks different from on the ground.
Yes, it does. It does, but it's an absolutely incredible place, and I love it. It's one of my favorite places in the world.
How long have you been doing that?
I haven't been doing it in this way for very long, but I've always loved the outdoors. I've always loved nature, and I've started to do a little bit bigger adventures in recent years.
Have you ever had any, I mean, that looks dangerous to me, that
Yeah.
photo. Have you had any close calls
Yeah,
climbing?
absolutely. I did. I almost died last year. Yeah.
What happened?
My rope, I was climbing with a really a famous climber. He's famous for climbing without ropes. His name is Alex Honnold, and he actually climbed El Cap last year, or earlier this year. No, end of last year with no ropes, which is the first time it's ever been done. But we were climbing in a place outside of Vegas called Red Rock, and I took a fall, and the rope, as I swung out over 600 feet, the rope started, yes, hold on. Hold on. The rope started, I watched it, in just a matter of seconds, the rope was being cut by the rock. And it got core shot, which is when the outside layer of material was shredded, and you could see the white fabric on the rope on the inside.
So
Why go back and do it
here's
again?
my thing. Shouldn't the film companies stop you, or shouldn't Hollywood stop you?
I think
Shouldn't Hollywood just
What
put a
about your
stop to
mom? Can she get through to you?
You know,
like there's so much. You have a lot to offer, and your fans love you a lot.
Sure.
And you know, I just would hate for you to go out that way. You know what I mean?
It's not such a bad way to go out.
For you, from your perspective,
I mean, as Alex says, it'll be the scariest 3 seconds of his life, and then it's all over. But no, I mean, I think it's part of what makes me feel alive, and I absolutely love it. It's a huge part of my life.
Just the video game Pitfall makes me feel alive. We just got to swing on the road.
Exactly.
Hey, I made it over the crocodile.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much away because it's your home, but you have a very unique house.
Yes, I do.
It is a former military defense base.
It is a former top secret Air Force facility.
Air Force facility.
Yes.
So see, this is where it doesn't make any sense. So like you live in utter, like a completely protected bunker. Say.
Yeah, yeah.
But yet you're gonna fly from the rope and maybe not use a rope and, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really fun place. It's a piece of history. It's on top of the hills in California. Don't come visit me if you're reading about this. But there is a Wikipedia page that talks about the history of the place, and it was top secret. There were 300 soldiers that all had top secret clearance that worked up there, and there were a lot of stories.
You ever see ghosts?
Supposedly, it's haunted.
Yeah.
I had a handyman who was downstairs in the bunker, and he had someone touch him on the shoulder or something. He came upstairs and he quit.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of work to do at an old Army base.
Yeah. Maybe that was his
It could have been that.
How'd you find out it was for sale?
My mom sent me the link.
It all makes sense
Your mom
now.
really she wants to keep you safe, you see? She wants you to be safe.
We'll be right back with Jared Leto after this. Stay with us. There it is.
That is so cool.
30 Seconds to Mars and the fifth album, America. By the way, they only release an album every 25 years. They take a long time between each album.
We probably could get the Guinness World Record for the slowest band in the world.
It's true. Why is that?
Well, you know, I'm a busy guy, Ryan. But no, music is a funny thing. Like all creativity, it's not polite. It has its own rules, and it just takes the time it takes.
I mean, you've got so much going on between acting and the music. If you could only do, and I'm sure you get asked this all the time, but I'm always fascinated by the answer. If you could only do one, you could, right now they say you can only do one thing: rock climbing, music, or acting. Which is it?
Well, look, I'm very, very fortunate to be able to do these things, and I'm acutely aware of that. It's a privilege to be able to do these things. I think if I had to choose, it would probably be music, number one, because I share it with my brother. And there's nothing like family, and it means a lot to both him and I that we can share it.
For the release of this album, you're crossing the country?
Yeah, I'm doing something a little crazy. The album is called America, and we made a documentary on 4th of July where we shot, we filmed in every single state plus Puerto Rico and DC on a single day and captured life in our country in 24 hours. So we have a documentary coming out that's a companion piece to the album. The album is the soundtrack for the film. It'll be out this 4th of July.
Okay.
But to celebrate the release of this crazy album in this 5 years, I'm going to actually start in New York, and I'm going to hitchhike across the country. And I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'll get on a bicycle, maybe a donkey in the Grand Canyon.
That's big cheating.
Maybe a hot air balloon or something. But yeah, I'm gonna make my way across the country.
Okay, I don't want to sound like you're. I
But
keep sounding
hitchhiking
I'm
worries
the
her.
parent. That's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Hitchhiking. I mean, are they going to vet the cars that you? Who's going to protect you?
You know, I feel pretty good about protecting myself.
Have you ever hitchhiked before?
Yeah, I have, absolutely. Yeah.
You have, absolutely.
When I was a kid, and I made a journey across the country myself, from art school in New York City to California. I had a couple $100. I had a backpack, and it's going to be fun to kind of duplicate that journey.
Well, listen, we are so excited for you.
Thank you.
It's really great.
Thank you.
The album, America, releases tomorrow. Make sure you pick up Jared Leto.